Welcome to Gettin' Old Ain't for Sissies with Tomm Rivers. He's over 70. He's a retired big-time radio DJ.
Yeah.
He's an old hipster. He's full of it when it comes to knowing how it feels to get old. He has the skid marks and the mileage to prove it. Now with another Gettin' Old Ain't for Sissies, here's Tomm Rivers.
Yeah, Doug, we're going to have a talk about this full of it stuff. I know you're my best friend, but Doug Dahlgren is a really big shot DJ in Chicago. Lives in a big high-rise, makes a lot of money. And I got to tell you, as far as living in a big high-rise, went to visit Doug once, and there's one of those security guards in the entrance to the high-rise that he lives in, where his home and studio are. Well, the first time I went in, I had to show my driver's license and had to be announced to see Mr. and Mrs. Dahlgren. That was fine. The second time I went to visit Dougie and Mrs. Dahlgren, I was a little suspect because the security guard asked to see my birthmark. That's a little weird. But I got buzzed up just the same. I did show the security guard my birthmark. It was on my leg, just behind my knee. So there was no problem there. But it was still just a little weird. Hey, welcome to Getting Old Ain't for Sissies with me. I'm Tomm Rivers. Hello, everyone. It's the first day of summer. How do you feel about that? Thursday, June 21st, 2018. Today's show, of course, we're going to talk about the first day of summer. Like the 5 most popular places to go on your summer vacation. I'll even throw in one of the spots that I've been to. It was a real hoot. How to deal with summer stress, no matter how old you are. And one thing that I've been dealing with lately is, since my youngest son has been home recuperating from some major surgery, is, are you a night owl? He sleeps all day practically, and stays up all night. I'd say that's a night owl. He has no problem with that because of his job, and that's fine. But we'll talk about being a night owl, and if you know one, you need to know this information. And bad breath. What are you doing about it? And if you know someone with bad breath, you should probably know this information. All right? Summertime, summertime, some. I can't do that. Remember that song? I forgot who did it. Jamie and the James Tones? I don't know. Summertime. Never mind. It's the first day of summer, and our favorite summer activities. What are they? Well, having a picnic or barbecue. It's the most favorite. That's followed by going for a hike, going to the beach, and exploring nature. Sounds like fun. Let's see. How about summer stress? You can get stressed out during summer, just like any other time. School's out for summer. Yeah. So be careful. You got these little crumb crunchers running around everywhere. They're on their little bikes. They're running around everywhere. How do parents feel about that? Well, first of all, if your kids are gone and you're driving around, you got to be careful, more careful than usual, because kids will not always be crossing the street in a crosswalk, okay? So you got to watch out when you're driving. The summer months are more stressful than the rest of the year. A new survey finds that parents are a little bit more worried about their kids being home. 57% said summer is a little more stressful than any other time for them because they're worried about the kids, where they're going and what they're doing, and are they being supervised properly, all right? School's out for summer. You know, when I was a young disc jockey, that was my very first concert to DJ for, to introduce Alice Cooper. That was weird. And you know where the concert was? A roller skating rink. Weird. Here's a good place to go to visit. I've been there. If you're looking for a new adventure this summer, how about checking out a museum dedicated to Spam? The Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota, has displays of the meat product through the years, as well as a selection for kids who can guess how many Spam cans tall they are. They even give out free sample bites called Spamples. It's really kind of cute. You should go there. Summer destinations. Well, summer means going on vacation. In the United States, the top 5, other than, the Spam Park, the top 5 most popular summer vacations are in order: the beach, a famous city, a national park, a lake, or a resort. So those are the top 5 places to go and have some fun this summer. And don't forget, summertime, first day of summer, have some lemonade. I just had some lemonade a little while ago, just before the show. With summer here right now, lemonade will be showing up in pitchers everywhere. Grab yourself a glass. The smell of lemons has been proven to boost feel-good brain chemicals and shut off stress hormones. It's true. It's in Woman's World magazine, the 25th of June edition. So a little lemonade will be good for you. And then for those folks who are just a little bit, surprisingly, summer isn't really their favorite season. 36% of Americans name spring as their favorite season, followed by fall, then summer, with winter, of course, in last place. A couple of other things to mention here. I mentioned being a night owl at the top of the show. A good example is my son Adam. Loves to stay up all night. Just loves it. So, are you a night owl, or do you know one? Then you're in a distinct minority. Generally, 1 in 5 people is a night owl, while roughly 60 to 80% of us do our best in the mornings. Men are more likely to be creatures of the night than women, while older folks like me and some of you out there on Getting Old Ain't for Sissies, and young kids tend to be morning people. You want to get a hold of us here at Getting Old Ain't for Sissies, you can do that. Getting Old Ain't for Sissies will accept emails. You can send them to me, Tomm Rivers, that's Tomm Rivers, at superradio68@gmail.com. superradio68@gmail.com. Gee, Tom, you think you could have made that any more complicated? No, Tom, I really tried to make it complicated. Well, that's really stupid, Tom. No, we thought that was a good address. superradio68@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of us here at Getting Old Ain't for Sissies. And you got bad breath? How'd that feel? Americans spend $8 billion a year trying to prevent or cover up bad breath. You don't have to spend a lot to kill dragon breath. Just eat 6 ounces. Listen to this. Just eat 6 ounces of unsweetened yogurt daily. It cuts bad breath by 50%. Oh, and by the way, use a tongue scraper or cleaner to gently scrape your tongue once a day. It cuts your risk of bad breath by 30%. It's true. I do it. I scrape that big pink sucker. I don't like it, but I do it. And here's some folks that are definitely 55 plus that are going to be naked. ESPN, the magazine's body issue, is hitting newsstands soon, and it's promising an all-star cast. It's the 10th anniversary of the popular issue, which features beautiful photographs of diverse athletes in their naked glory. There's a whole bunch of young folks that'll be featured, young athletes. But check this out. Football Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, 55, he'll be in it. Golfer Greg Norman, 63, he'll be posing and showing off his putter. And a lot of folks over 55 will also be featured in that book. Got this information from Men's Health magazine. And if you want to be a kid again, it seems we miss being a kid most when summer rolls around. Here's some simple ways to be feeling like a kid again. Camp in your backyard. Go ahead. Walk barefoot in the grass. Do you ever do that? If you have a dog, be careful. Let's see. Buy a cone from an ice cream truck. You got a hula hoop, Grandma? Give it a whirl. Or have a water balloon battle with your kids or grandkids, friends or neighbors. That's bound to get a few yucks out of people. And this, I think you're going to find extremely interesting. With all the news about North Korea lately, do you actually know where it is on a map? When asked to pick out the country, only 36% of Americans found it on a map. Also, this is really astonishing. Kim Jong-un, the North Korean dictator president, is more popular with American college students than Nancy Pelosi. What can I tell you? With millennials, the country's going to crap. It's a good thing they still got us around. Getting old ain't for sissies. That's today's show. First day of summer. Get out and enjoy. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday of next week. Just enjoy the weekend and have yourself a great first day of summer. This is Getting Old Ain't for Sissies, and I'm Tomm Rivers. We'll talk to you.
Thanks for listening to Tomm Rivers and Getting Old Ain't for Sissies. Tomm looks getting old straight in the eye, and getting old look back at Tomm. From social policy to what you should and shouldn't eat and more. Getting Old Ain't for Sissies can be heard at 7 p.m. Central Tuesday and Thursday nights on Spreaker, Twitter, Tumblr, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Tomm's own Facebook page. And look for us soon on Google Play, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. From Chicago, I'm Doug Dahlgren, Tomm Rivers' only friend. Good night.